So looking at this, I mean, you can see you've made a lot of big changes over the last year with your mechanics. I mean, this already looks 10 times better than it ever used to be. You're getting a good hinge right here. You're holding it well. The lower half looks really good. You're flipping over right into front foot strike. And then honestly, like your upper half isn't bad. I mean, your glove right here, if you watch it, it keeps your shoulder internally rotated really well. You can see that glove is pointing away, telling me that your shoulder is still in. So you are right there, and then I think the next frame there, that's when the shoulder starts to go open. You can tell that because the elbow, when it starts to turn over, that's going to start the process of pulling your pec right here, your glove side pec across, making that stretch happen, arm to flip up, and then that's going to pull you into, supposed to pull you into layback. The issue right here is that I don't think it necessarily is the glove side that's pulling you too early into your arm getting stuck. I think the reason your arm is getting stuck right here is because your elbow is climbing too high. So watch your glove side elbow for a second. Your glove side elbow actually stays pretty neutral. But look at your arm side right here. You should be flipping up, like where the arm should be flipping up, about right there. That's where your actual throwing arm should be flipping up to get to that 90-degree position to pull yourself into layback. But then it continues to pull up a little bit, so it's actually hiked up to your ear. We don't want that to happen, because you see what happens now is because you're pulling up too high to that ear, there's this dead space here where you're basically like, well, I'm down. Now what do I do here? Like, I'm down, your weight is now transferred, it looks like, to your knee and to your foot, and you're about to, in the next frame is gonna, yeah, you can see, like, you've already transferred all your weight right there. So what that forces you to have to do is, like we've talked about before, you're gonna push your arm, or you're going to push your elbow forward. So right here, it's like, oh crap, we got to get the arm around. So now it's going to be, instead of the arm flipping up naturally right here and pulling the pec, you're going to use your glove side to pull yourself around, which is going to allow that arm to have more time to try to find a layback. So right here, you see those kind of dead frames? There, the arms will be flipped up. Because it's not, your glove side is going to pull harder, which is going to cause this and this. And you see, you have to try to find a way to pull your pec to feeling some tension in order to get your arm to this position here. And then from there, because this dead space here stopped your momentum of the arm swing there, then this dead space here is like, okay, now we got to find a way to get the elbow to go forward. There is no clean layback. You see how your arm is just pretty much like straight up and down. Like it's not going very far down. We want your arm to be about right there in this range at this point in time. But because you have all that dead space, you're stuck in this position, and ultimately what's going to happen here is that you are going to end up just pushing the elbow forward right there. So you see that? You climb forward and you try to push the elbow because you don't feel layback. There's no real good layback, and that's what's causing all this to happen. The good news for you is that your lower half looks great. I mean, this is the cleanest I've ever seen it. You're holding your spine in a really good posterior spot for a long time. Stay close, 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 and then it opens there. Like, that is the cleanest your lower half has ever been. So you're already in a really good spot. When you finish cleaning up that arm path and you can flip it up there, instead of climbing like those extra 2 frames, when that cleans up and it's not just the arm just kind of hanging out here, this is going to clean up really nicely. And I don't see why you couldn't be 88 touching a 90 within the next few months, especially if you're going to tread in the off season. That's going to be a big decider for you, is getting in person and fixing that upper half inverted W so it's not this anymore, and it's flipping up cleanly. But besides that, yeah, that's really all I got.